welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, February 26, 2020. I'm Investor Boynes with the details. The father of the young man of Karuth Village, Mesopotamia, who sustained first-degree burns in an incident on April 9, 2016, involving the Morgan family, has expressed disappointment with the ruling down yesterday by the Court of Appeal, which quashed the convictions of Pastor Nigel Morgan and his wife and reduced the sentence of their daughter. Larissa Pugsley tells us more in this report.
Almost 4 years ago in this area, Cuthbert Victory, also known as Mafia, sustained first-degree burns to the upper part of his body after a hot liquid substance from a kettle was poured onto him during a tussle with members of the Morgan family, Pastor Nigel Morgan, his wife Althea, and daughter Crystal. 2 years after the incident in April 2018, the three members of the Morgan family were found guilty of causing unlawful and malicious grievous bodily harm on Victory. They were each sentenced to 4 years behind bars. They appealed the sentence, and yesterday the Court of Appeal quashed the convictions of Pastor Nigel Morgan and his wife Althea, which allowed them to walk out of the courthouse a free man and woman. Their daughter Crystal was, however, taken back behind bars, but not for long. Her sentence was reduced from 4 to 3 years, and having already spent most of the time behind bars, she is expected to be released in about 2 months' time. Today, an aggrieved father, Joseph Caesar, said he is in disbelief as to how everything played out, stating that had the actions been reversed, his son would have been languishing in jail.
About it, because if was my son commit that act or that crime, he would be in prison all now. There is no way at all you tell me that he would get a bail or he would get released. Nobody wanna be studying that. So it's just a one-sided thing I could see would take place in this country.
Caesar said that as a father, he feels for his son, knowing what he endured, and that his son was let down by the justice system.
I think that there should be people with more courtesy, more love, more unity, because of your position you hold as a pastor. And a pastor, if somebody hit you, you're supposed to be in. Wait, what happened? Call the police. Depend on the answer and call the police. Not take the law in your hand. You take the law in your hand and then you're looking for peace from it. So what happened to the guy who get all these bones? He should respect a human being. He's not a cattle, he's not a pig. He wouldn't like nobody do none of his children, so not no family for him that way there. Okay?
Caesar said that they were told that his son would have received some form of compensation, but today they never did.
I think he get justice. He didn't get justice at all, whatsoever. He didn't get justice. His lawyer said in the court, when she came out past that, the magistrate should charge him a fine, and then he should Mafia will get, the guy will get something from it. But what happened now, nothing whatsoever, not even a cent cut in two. You cut a cent in four, one little piece for him, nothing. Not one earthly living thing, just the bone. And that he go with that. He live with that.
Cuthbert Victory now lives in the Prospect area, and the neighbors said they have not seen him since yesterday's court ruling. At the Morgan's residence in Mesopotamia, Pastor Morgan told us that he was taking a rest day. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley.
Police have arrested and charged Andy Medica, a 25-year-old fisherman of Chateaubelair, with the offences of controlled drugs, drug trafficking, illegal firearm and ammunition possession. A news release from the police says, spawning from a joint operation in the Prospect area between the SVG Coast Guard Service and the Narcotics Unit on Sunday, February 23rd, the accused man was met in possession of the articles and charged with having in his possession 3,014 grams of cocaine with the intent to supply to another and for the purpose of drug trafficking, having in his possession one Smith & Wesson .327 Magnum revolver and a Glock 17 9x19 pistol without a license issued under the Firearms Act. Medica was also charged for having in his possession 6 rounds of hollow point .357 Magnum ammunition, 12 rounds of 9mm ammunition without a license issued under the Firearms Act, and for having 20 rounds of prohibited .223 ammunition without the authority of the Minister of National Security. Appearing before the magistrate court in Kingston today, Medica was not allowed to plead because the charges were laid indictable. He was granted bail in the sum of EC $60,000 with one surety and was ordered to surrender his travel documents. As a part bail condition, he is also expected to report to the Chateaubelair police station every Monday and Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The case was adjourned to March 3, 2020 and transferred to the Serious Offences Court for arraignment. 30 males are now better positioned to access the job market after successfully completing a male education and empowerment program. The program, supported by the Ministry of Education's Department of Adult and Continuing Education in conjunction with UNESCO, targeted unemployed males, offering them training in auto mechanic, electrical installation and plumbing. The program officially came to close last Wednesday, 19th February at the Fisheries Conference Room. Director of the Department of Adult and Continuing Education, Kathleen Jeffers, describes the graduation as a special occasion and a time of celebration for the participants and encouraged them to make use of the other programs offered by the department to further upgrade their skills.
To you, the graduates, learning a skill can be a big challenge, and we know that some of you had a challenge. It takes time, effort, and dedication to become familiar with new concepts and tools. But with hard work and dedication, it can be done. And today, you being here is a testament of that. I am happy that you have chosen a skill and you have completed the requirements. I encourage you to make every effort to excel in your field of discipline. Explore other opportunities. Reach for higher levels of training and employment. Those of you who are not being employed, you have a skill that you can develop and so be self-employed. As you are aware, the labor market is calling for skilled persons in your discipline: plumbing, auto mechanics, and electrical installation. I urge that you adjust yourself to pursue opportunities that are waiting for you.
UNESCO Secretary General in SVG Janil Henry Rose said the Male Education and Empowerment Program supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which calls for equitable quality education for all, and pledged UNESCO's continued support to fund future development initiatives.
It is often said that our people are our most valuable resource. Therefore, we must ensure that every effort is made to ensure maximum input for the benefit of all. Therefore, we must educate everybody. And education here, we're talking about informal, non-formal, formal. We are all aware that ending poverty and other deprivations must go hand in hand with strategies that improve health and education, reduce inequality, and spur economic growth. So that's one of the aims of this program that we embarked on. Some of you were not working, but I know that today some of you are already working, and we know that you will get work sometime in the future, whether it's self-employed, you start there, or whether you want to attach yourself with a company or with somebody else until you're confident.
Some of the participants in the various courses commended the organizer of the program and expressed gratitude to the instructors.
As I mentioned before, the training was very informative, and we leave the program with a lot of knowledge. Knowledge about safety and protection, electrical symbols, electrical color code, both old and new, scaling of plan, and doing of estimate, and of course, different types of consumer unit.
No, I'm not only talking about me only, but and my colleagues and my my colleagues' behalf that we really learned a lot. Yes. And we transfer that knowledge to the opportunity of us getting to go on attachments, which each and every one of us was successful.
In this program, I am aware of the importance of learning a skill as it can lead me to a life of self-reliance, and the hands-on activities we participate in made it easier for us to understand and grasp the concepts being taught. The classes were always interesting. I look forward to attending all classes every week. It was really a great privilege to have been a part of this program and the fact that I am here today.
Local banana farmers are expected to receive a boost to improve their crop production with a donation of 5,000 sacks of fertilizers to the Ministry of Agriculture provided by the government of Taiwan. The donation forms part of a 4-year banana revisitation project designed to improve the production of banana here. The project began in May 2019 and targets 200 acres of banana farms in production and will run until 2023. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar said over the years the banana industry has faced tremendous challenges, including the impact of Hurricane Thomas, the black sigatoka disease, and an aging farming population. Minister Caesar said while the agriculture sector is continuing to diversify, banana will continue to be an important crop for SVG. While thanking the men and women of the extension services in the Ministry of Agriculture for their work and the government and people of Taiwan for the donation, Minister Caesar said the donation of fertilizer will have a great impact on bananas and the entire agriculture sector.
What I need to explain, though, in a very practical sense, is that because we have such a diversified and integrated production platform in the country, when you have a program to revitalize bananas, the inputs will go in the hands of the farmer. But the farmer is only planting pure stand bananas. A lot of our farmers are intercropping bananas, nutmegs, bananas, dasheen, bananas, cocoa, and a lot of the fertilizer that we are going to provide and make available to many of the farmers, I am sure that it will go into general production, of which banana production is a very important part.
Minister Caesar said the agriculture industry here is one of the most diverse in the region and that the hard work of the nation's farmers continue to reap good results, and encouraged the nation's farmers to continue their excellent work.
As the Minister of Agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to boast that we have in the OECS the most diversified agricultural production platform in the OECS and arguably in CARICOM. It's something that we cherish, and when you look at the food import bill being reduced, and when you look at the fact that in some areas we're increasing our exports, the graphs are going in the right direction. And I want to encourage our farmers and our fisher folk to continue to work hard to build this blessed country of ours. In the midst of all that, in the midst of all the hard work by the agricultural sector, the banana industry and bananas will continue to play a very important role.
Taiwan's ambassador to SVG, Calvin Ho, said the Banana Revitalization Program is one of the many programs which is important to the bilateral ties his country shares with SVG, as well as the well-being of Vincentians. Taiwanese ambassador commended local farmers for their hard work and dedication.
I want to say this project is going on very smoothly. For example, when we talk about some of its work, like the prevention and control of the black sigatoka, and you probably know that most of you actually know that my colleagues and from the technical mission, and also colleagues from the ministry, and also our farmers' friend, some of them need to get up very early, 3 o'clock in the morning, to go to the banana farms to spread the pesticide in the early morning, and this is it's a very hard work. So every time when I go to a supermarket, probably don't know, I always buy a lot of bananas, because I feel appreciate, and also want to pay my tribute to the hard work of our farmers' friend.
Vincentian Dr. Rosamond Adams has been appointed director of the Pan-Caribbean Partnership Against HIV and AIDS organization, PANCAP. His appointment takes effect on March 2nd, 2020. Dr. Adams holds a Master of Science degree in both public health and bioethics. He is a public health specialist with more than 10 years of experience in the health sector, both at the national and regional level, in the areas of surveillance, communicable diseases, including HIV, emergency response, and health security. He began his public health career as the coordinator of the Non-Communicable Diseases Program in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment here in SVG. Dr. Adams serves on numerous national, regional and international public health advisory committees, including the World Health Organization Global Coordinating Mechanism on NCDs. Asked about his immediate priority as PANCAP director, Dr. Adams said sustainability of the region's HIV response is paramount, and that he is optimistic that the region can end AIDS. But a lot of work must be done, and the gains made so far must be sustained, whilst ensuring countries' response are scaled up with renewed commitment to this goal. Dr. Adams succeeds Derek Springer, whose tenure ends on the 28th of February 2020. Health facilities from across the countries continue to benefit from donations of medical and other supplies from non-governmental organizations here and abroad. Yesterday, the Toronto SVG Support Group joined the list of organizations providing supplies to the mental health rehabilitation, which received a donation of clothing and other items. Speaking at the handing-over ceremony, representative of the Toronto SVG Support Group, Diana Bailey, who is a former senior nursing officer, said the organization is delighted to provide support to the rehabilitation center.
Okay, thank you very much. It's really a joy to be here this morning, and I'm here on behalf of the Toronto SVG Support Group, and we are happy to make this donation of clothing and personal care items to the male patient at Mental Health Center. This group is located in Toronto, and it's been established in 2012, and it's a group that really try to promote the positive image of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also support Vincentian here in St. Vincent and in Toronto region. So I was happy to be a part of that group. And when I brought a request to the group to support Mental Health Center, they were very pleased to do so, and this is our first effort in making a donation.
Representative of the Rehabilitation Center, Sister Karen Gilgers, thanked the organization for the donation.
We'd like to say thank you for your donation. We ask that you extend our thanks and our gratitude to the group, Toronto SVG Support Group, and we hope that even though this is the first, we hope that you'll continue to make us first in all your donations. And we want to thank you. We know that it will be of benefit to the patients, and we hope that we will care, and we can call on you at any time if we have to have more donations. We are grateful, and we say thanks.